Hello, I'm Josh Miller, an assistant professor at the University of Buffalo. Over the next few minutes, I'll make the case that water insecurity is an important but often overlooked driver of food insecurity during the first 1,000 days. So, my background and training is in nutrition, but water became my primary focus about a decade ago when it kept coming up in conversations with caregivers about how they feed themselves and their families. In Western Kenya, one mother shared that even when food was available, water prep problems kept her from being able to prepare it safely, resulting in her children eating less. And we've heard the same in many other settings. Families forced to choose between buying food or water, and mothers describing how the stress of water insecurity interferes with breastfeeding. To address this challenge, we first have to be able to define it. In my work, water insecurity is conceptualized as the inability to reliably access and benefit from safe and adequate water. It's considered to be multidimensional, with having enough water for basic household uses, depending on being able to access it, which in turn is contingent on there being enough water available in the environment. And stability across time underlies each of these three dimensions. And if these pillars sound familiar, it's because that they are the same ones that define food security. And given their conceptual similarity, my colleagues and I drew on approaches from the food insecurity field to develop analogous measures for water insecurity. The result has been the Water Insecurity Experiences, or WISE, scales. The household and individual versions have been available for about 5 years and taken up by hundreds of organizations, providing insights into the global burden of water insecurity, who's being left behind, its causes and consequences, and how best to intervene. Applying these quantitative tools alongside growing qualitative research is helping to reveal why ensuring reliable access to safe water during this period is so critical. Water supports hydration, safe food preparation, and hygienic practices that prevent infection and allow nutrients from foods to actually be absorbed. It also underpins food security itself. Water is needed to produce food and to make it safe, palatable, and digestible. And when water problems arise, they constrain the time and financial resources that families could otherwise spend on food. And when both co-occur, their combined burden on health is often greater than either alone. These relationships are being borne out consistently in empirical studies. Across 25 countries, water insecure adults have been found to have 2 to 3 times the odds of food insecurity. And likewise, among farmers in African countries, water insecurity has been associated with both greater food insecurity and less diverse diets. And perhaps most relevant for this group, pregnant women in Mozambique who experienced water insecurity had 8 times the odds of food insecurity, along with poorer mental health. And to be clear, this is a truly global challenge. There's a longstanding myth that water in high-income countries is universal, clean, affordable, and trustworthy. But report after report shows stark disparities in safe water access by race, socioeconomic status, and geography. Distrust of drinking water is also widespread, with roughly half of adults worldwide anticipating serious harm from their drinking water. And this distrust is meaningful because it drives behavior. People who perceive their water as unsafe are more likely to substitute with sugar-sweetened beverages, which in turn raises the risk of cardiometabolic disease. So taken together, the evidence points to three priorities: measure water and food insecurity together for understanding their causes and consequences, monitor both systematically to ensure that no one is left behind, and design interventions that address both concurrently for maximum impact. Thank you.